Hello, hello, hello. This is Lee Fuller, aka the Funnel Helper, and you are watching Tactical Thursday, and it's time to get to work. So, today we're going to be talking about the 3 types of content you've got to have in your sales and marketing funnel and why you need to have it. All right. So I'm going to check my technology real quick, and make sure that everything looks fine and dandy. And we're going to jump ahead. You should be able to see it clearly. And so we're rocking and rolling. Let's see here. I'll pull up this. That way I can see any questions. You should be able to see it clearly. So we're rocking. There we go. So I can see any questions. But my name is Lee Fuller, aka the Funnel Helper. And today we're going to get to work. So we are talking about the 3 areas of content you need to have in your marketing funnel. Listen to me. If you can't check the box on all 3 of these areas, then stop what you're doing. Hey, what's going on, Melissa? Stop what you're doing and make sure you got these 3 areas in place. Okay? So first thing I want to do is I get a lot of questions. So people are saying, hey, Lee, I need to build a, yes, I know I need to be doing content. Yes, I know I need to be teaching people stuff. But if I tell people my content, then am I giving away the farm? Right? So if I give my stuff away, then what are people going to pay for? Right? So, and also, if you have a product business or whatever, this is going to help you as well because maybe you're not doing content and you should be. So first thing we're going to talk about is when you're delivering content, some of your content needs to do this. It needs to entice. You need to entice. So your content needs to tell how awesome your stuff is. Yes, it should tell how awesome your stuff is, but even beyond that, it should educate and entice people to want it, right? So how do you get people to want your stuff? Well, you have to translate the benefits. You have to, they have to get the value from it. So you have to translate the benefits. So let's say today I am a phone company, right? So today I'm a phone company. And what type of content marketing am I going to do around my phone to help enhance its appeal? Well, I'm going to talk about how with this particular phone, your service is good all throughout your office, right? So when you're on the phone with the client, you can go further away from your dock and you don't drop a call, right? I was all the way at the mailbox, just like boom, just working. Hey Yvette, how you doing? Today we're talking about the 3 levels of content you need to have in your business, and if you're an information marketer or sell products, one form of content needs to entice. You need to tell people the benefits. We have to convey the benefits so that they are enticed to want our stuff, right? So, people are drawn by, their own benefit. So first, entice. So on the front end, hey, I did a report a while ago, and it talked about what you should look for when you're getting a website developer, right? Because I wanted to entice them to start looking for people like my company or like we do, right? So enticing people, that's one way to create content that doesn't take away from your product. So one way is to entice. The second, hey, what's up, people? I see people jumping on. Awesome. The second thing you want to do is your content should entice people to want your stuff by giving the benefits and protecting them and looking out for them. The second thing your content should do is enhance. enhance, right? So what is content that enhances? So let's say I'm working with a local dealership and they're a flooring company, right? What type of content can the flooring company produce? The flooring company could produce, let's say they do laminate flooring or whatever. Hey, here's what to use to keep your laminate flooring looking shiny, looking new, right? What does that do? It enhances the product, right? I didn't, uh, it enhances what they were getting, right? Telling them how to keep their floor shiny doesn't eat away at my laminate sales or my, wood flooring sales, but it enhances the sale. What about an info marketing? If you have an info product, what type of product can you teach on that enhances it without giving away the product, right? Because a lot of people that sell info products, they're like, oh man, if I teach too much content, then are they going to buy my stuff? Or if I'm a speaker, if I speak too much about my stuff, then people are not going to buy my stuff. Well, one way to do it is to teach enhancing of the product or of your course. So let's say you have a productivity course, just want to add value. Let's say you have a productivity course. We can teach what life looks like when you've saved hours, right? So enhance. How do I enhance a time management product? Yes, I'm going to teach you education about it, but I can enhance and teach you the mindset of top tier business owners. Did you know that in order to save time, more and more CEOs are not, they're wearing like the same stuff, right? They're wearing a uniform essentially to work. Why? Because that speeds up their productivity. It helps them manage their time, etc. Right? So, to enhance it could be, hey, here are some of the uniforms, that some of the top business owners are wearing so they don't have to think about it. These type of things. So if you're giving education, if you're providing content, you can entice with your content that you're teaching and you can enhance. Now, I want to get to this area here because unless you have content in each three of these areas, you're probably leaving some people, you're leaving some money on the table. Okay. So this top level is all about awareness. Awareness. Right? I probably shouldn't use red. I don't know if you can see that. All right. So I will pick black. Right? So this top level is awareness. Right? So what is awareness type content? Right? So with each, I'm getting harder and harder on myself about this because I think there should be a metric for everything that we do, right? There should be a metric for everything that we do. So, if I'm creating content to generate awareness, what is the objective or what is the metric that I'm looking for? Well, the metric I'm looking for to see if I'm generating awareness with my content is I'm looking for, you like that? Those are eyeballs. That was, I tried to draw eyeballs and I guess I'll make it glasses. All right. My wife's funny. Like, that emoji of just eyeballs looking around, right? My wife will send me a text and it will just be like eyeballs. And I'm like, what's this? She's like, I'm watching, right? So, awareness, the metric is eyeballs. The metric is how many people are seeing your content. How many people are liking. So likes is one metric to determine your awareness. How many people are paying attention to what you're doing, followers, right? So now, if my metric is likes and followers and retweets and that type of stuff in this awareness phase, then what does that content need to look like, right? So these are social media updates, right? All this is in top level stuff, right? Podcasts, right? Podcasts. So your awareness could be downloads, right? So podcasts, these are the type of content in this awareness phase. Let me turn on my notes. In this awareness phase. So, social media updates, podcasting, blogging, right? Blogs. These are awareness content. So the first check that we need to make, the first check that we want to make is, am I generating content? Am I doing social media posts or blogging or podcasts or videos, right? So for me, Facebook Lives is this type of content for me. This type of content. It's awareness content. All right? Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. Yes? Yes? Give me a couple likes and thumbs up if that makes sense. All right, cool. Wait a minute. Is that T? Is that TH? I see you. I see you, TH. So, so awareness content. Now, as people go further, this is type of stuff is going to get people at the top of the funnel, right? Hey, I've never heard of Lee, but somebody shared or liked, or they saw something on Twitter. They saw my social media updates, and that's just kind of generating awareness about the funnel helper, right? So the next phase, now this is the middle of the phase. This is more attraction, right? This is more attraction. What does attraction content? Well, first, let's look at our metric. Let's see what we want, what we're trying to do for our attraction content. So if our metric is email list increase, right? So if it's email list, if it's people that are in our group, in our Facebook groups, right? That can be a metric for attraction. What else could be a metric for attraction? Subscribers to our YouTube channel, these type of things, right? So now we have a metric. We know what success looks like. Now let's go back and see what does our activity need to look like. So if I'm trying to get email lists, that means I need to have lead magnets. I like to call them attraction magnets just because I like to be different, right? So the attraction magnet, and that's this content. Well, actually all of this is the enticing content and the enhancing content, but these are checklists, these are surveys, these are these type of things, right? Because here's my metric. So how do I know if I have a good attraction? If I have good attraction content, I'm getting more email list subscribers. Okay, that means, and that's a good one. Groups. My Facebook group is getting larger, right? That means I'm having pretty good. Attraction also can be some ads, some content ads. You know how you can, a blog post and that type of stuff. So ads. These can be attraction type tools, right? To get people on my email list. Let me see what else could be an attraction type tool. Content could be interviews. By the way, if some of you that have online shows or speaking engagements and you want the funnel helper to come in and shut it down. When I come, I shut it down. I just came from Speaking Business Mastery and I know how to shut it down. Hashtag Del Toro. Right? Hold on. So, attraction content, right? These are the type of things, that you want to be doing. So, do we check the second box? So the first box is awareness content. Are we doing our social media posting? Are we doing the podcasts or the blogs, right? Because we're trying to get likes, shares, and followers, right? We got to get attention, you know? I remember I used to say my tagline was, I help, and I thought I was so cool. I was like, you go to the little meeting, they're like, hey, what do you do? And I say, I make invisible people visible. It was like, what? You do what? I was like, I make the invisible people visible. And they was like, oh, all right then. And then but so I had to add on to it, by creating an online presence and building websites for people. They were like, but I thought that was so cool. I was like, psh, what y'all do? Oh, this guy here, he's a printer. Psh, I make invisible people visible. I had to step it up a little bit, right? So now I help business owners attract clients profitably in 90 days or less, right? So awareness content, attraction content. So what's this third box, Lee? Tell me what the third box. So this third box this is what I call activation content, right? So what is activation content, right? Well, first, let's look and find out what is the metric. How are we going to measure it? Because there's no point in doing this if we don't know what success looks like. Does that make sense? So, what does activation content or success for activation content? Well, this here, where my green at? Where my green? I can't find my green. Uh-oh. I can't find my green. That's cool. So activation content leads here, right? So when we're building a sales funnel, we realize that people go through different areas. So let me show you how this works. Activation content is content that a person can pay me afterwards, right? So what is some type of activation content? Well, webinars are pretty good activation content. Actually, I'm writing a webinar not only for myself, because I have to get my webinars together, because I was looking at my boxes and I was like, well, you got to get a webinar up. But I'm actually writing webinars for some other people, right? So, hey, if you got a webinar, you need somebody to look over it because you're like, it might not be doing what it need to do, holla at your boy. Hashtag funnel helper. Okay? So, activation content. So webinars could be activation content. What else is activation content? For my speakers and coaches, for my consultants and coaches. I know what they're going to say. Absolutely. It's going to be that consultation call, right? You might be like, Lee, is that really content? Well, if you do it right, it is. If you do it right, that is a form of content. Now, here is what I want you to see. And I talked about this. Have I talked about this before? I'm not sure. But what I want you to see is not every aspect of your content happens in public. Okay? Not every aspect of your content happens in public. So this is what this means. And this is why I went in circles for a long time. Up here, this is the stuff you see on social media. This is the stuff you see in blogs, this awareness type content, right? It's a whole lot of what? So as a funnel helper, as a funnel builder, I used to see, these type of charts, right? It'll be like, hey, go here and then do this and then do this and then money, right? And I'd be like, cool, I'm going to go do that, right? But what happens is in the attraction phase and in the activation phase, that's where this stuff is really fleshed out. So if you're trying to build a business off of this type of stuff, until you probably get on somebody's email list so that you can see deeper levels of information, or until you get on a call so you can see deeper levels of information, you're going to be trying to implement boxes and lines, right? Because that's what's up here. I do it. This is the stuff that goes up here. But if you want to see what goes in here, like what needs to go on this video, what needs to go in this email sequence, that type of stuff, happens down here. So if you're not on the list, jump on your boy list, right? PostSuccessMedia.com, jump on the list. But here's what I want to say. So webinar content is activation content. Consultation calls is activation content. As a speaker, so on the stage. So when I go in and be crushing stages, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a hashtag stage crusher. So when I go in crushing stages, that's activation type content many times, right? So, you know, funnel check, and I'm having too much fun. So funnel check in your business. Which one do you not have in place? Because if you, there are a lot of people that they have this on lock, right? Their social media posting and their videos online and their Facebook lives, and so they're getting likes and follows and shares and downloads. Congratulations, right? Now, there's some people that have this, but they don't have this. Now, there's some people that have this. They have lead magnets and they have ads running and generating email lists, etc. But there's no follow-up, right? So if you stop here, guess what? You have a big old list. If you stop at attraction, you have a big old list. You got text messages. You got all kinds of stuff. You know, I probably could have put mobile numbers, so text numbers here, right? Outstanding. This is amazing. But we don't get paid in email list subscriptions. You see what I'm saying? So if you're here, you got a lot of likes. Congratulations. If you're here, you got a big list. Congratulations. Now, but you have to make sure you get all the way down to here, because this is where our metric is actually how much money we're making. So this type of stuff, webinars, consultation calls, so 4-part video series, so product launches, etc. Right? So, I hope that has been helpful. I gotta go. I hope this has been helpful to you. Check in your business. Check if you have awareness content, activation content, or attraction content, and activation content. And your content should do a couple things. It can educate. All this is education and entertaining, but you can entice and you can enhance. So what is this? All of this content really should stem from your offer. Okay? So all of this should be stemming from here. So I recommend that you start here and go up, right? Well, the lowest hanging fruit is starting here and going up, right? All right, that's all my time. Oh, I really have to go. But I am coming out with a product called Offer Classroom. And where I'm going to show you how to build an offer, right? So that all of these things are actually driving somewhere. All right, I really got to go pick up my babies. My name is Lee Fuller, a.k.a. The Funnel Helper. If you like this, go ahead, like it, share it, whatever. And if you don't, then tell me why. Because I'm trying to improve, trying to get better. All right, this is Lee. Got to run. Bye.